One super common question that I get from all of you is how do I scan barcodes inside of my .NET MAUI application? Well, I'm going to show you how in just a few lines of code you can do it in any of your iOS or Android applications. So tune in. Hey everyone, I'm James, and today I'm back with a brand new .NET MAUI tutorial talking about scanning for barcodes, or actually even generating barcodes if you want to as well, because that's in this brand new zebra crossing .NET for .NET MAUI from our good friend Jonathan Dick. Now, if you've been a longtime Xamarin or Xamarin Forms developer, zebra crossing, or ZXing, if you will, is a long-time barcode scanner library that has been out and it's been updated for .NET MAUI, and there's a brand new control that you can integrate into your application. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now I've started here with a brand new blank .NET MAUI application. So I just deleted some stuff in the front of main page. If I look at the code behind, it is empty. We can even delete that count equals 0, and we're totally good to go. Now, if you remember, if you just need to take a photo or do something like that, you can actually use the media picker built directly into .NET MAUI to pick a video, capture a video, pick photo async, things like that automatically. So that's kind of cool. Now, that's not going to handle scanning for barcodes though. We're going to need a NuGet package for that. And that is where our good friend zebra crossing .NET MAUI controls comes in. So we're going to say manage NuGet package, and I'm going to go to browse, and we're going to say zebra crossing. So ZXing, if you will, is there. Now you can see there's a bunch of them inside of here, and here's the Xamarin Forms one, 5 million downloads. And if we keep going down here, we're eventually going to run into the MAUI one. Now there is a MAUI one, but the one that you actually want to get is this one down here, zebra crossing .NET .MAUI .controls. These are going to basically bring in zebra crossing.net and zebra crossing.net.maui, but it's going to give us controls to integrate into our application. So just like that, I'm going to integrate it. So we want to look for Redth, R-E-D-T-H. That is Jonathan Dick's nickname. And it's going to bring in all of the different packages that we need, including all the zebra crossing and of course the Android X camera controls, which are super important there. All right. So step one, install the NuGet package. You at least need to be on .NET 7 to get that, but after you have that installed, you are totally good to go. Now here we're going to go into our MAUI program, and the first thing that we're going to want to add inside of here is a little configuration and then the permissions. So here I'm going to do is use barcode reader, just like that. Now if I go and I hover over here, we're going to see that that's going to bring in the using zebra crossing.net MAUI controls, and bam, that will configure everything that we need inside of our application, just like that. Now, we do need permissions to access the camera, and we can do that inside of our platform folders. Inside of Android and our Android manifest, we can come into here and we can go and pick a specific control that we need. So this would specifically be the camera control. Where is it at? Bind in here, camera, just like that. If you prefer, like I do, to come in, right click on this and say open with, you can go ahead and open this with an XML format as well. And you can see that here, this is going to add the Android permission.camera into our application. So we need that. Perfect. All right. Now, if you are doing iOS or Mac Catalyst, things like that, you can come in and do the same thing in your info plist. So I, again, like to just open the XML, my personal opinion, and then add in the permission. So just add that in. And I'll link to the GitHub repo that describes all of these as well. But this, for all intents and purposes, saying, hey, I want to use this because I want to scan barcodes. So done, easy peasy, cool. And that's it. That's all the configuration that you possibly need inside your app, which is kind of nice. It's pretty minimal. So just go in, say use barcode reader, and then we can come in and configure in our info plist and our Android manifest. And that's it. Now, what's really cool about the library is that it gives you a built-in control and some nice functionality to configure it. So we're going to go back into our main page, and I'm going to configure a new namespace. I'm going to say XML-NS, XML namespace. Of course, you can do this in code behind too. I'm going to say zebra crossing. And if I just type in zebra crossing in here, we're going to see all the different zebra crossing things, but we specifically want this namespace, the zebra crossing.net.maui.controls, which is going to be inside of the specific zebra crossing.net.maui.controls assembly, which is nice. Cool. Now with that, all I need to do is just type in zebra crossing like this. And we can see that we have a barcode generator view, we have a camera barcode reader view, and a camera view. So specifically, if you want to generate barcodes, put them here, you can add that. Or like what we're going to do is actually pull in the barcode reader view, which will handle everything for us. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a name. And I'm going to go ahead and say barcode reader, I guess. And then I'm going to say barcode detected event. So this is whenever the barcode is read and detected, it's going to give me a callback. Now there are a bunch of other properties inside of here as well that I could tap into, but we're going to configure some stuff in the code behind. But you can tap into all the different things. There's like torches on, and you can turn on and off the different things, and you can have different properties that give you more fine-grained control of the view. But for a minimal barcode, this is all you need, and it's a view, so you can put it anywhere inside your application that you need. Now what I'm also going to do now is go into the code behind, and there's a few additional setups that we can do. So I can say barcode reader dot options, and you could do this in the XAML, but you can also just create this here, a new barcode reader options here, and we can go ahead and tell it specifically formats, for example, that we want to configure. So I can say barcode format, and we can see all of them we want: Aztec, Codabar, whatever, basically inside of here. There's so many of them, right? So I'm just going to say I think QR code. So there's a QR code in here. There's all sorts of different formats that you can have for the reader. So if you want to get really specific on it, you can go ahead and put that in there. So I'm just going to say QR code, because that's the format we're going to read. We can also say auto rotate if we want, and we can say if we want, multiple or not. So do we just want one? Do we want multiple? Keep reading. We're just going to say true. Now again, there's a bunch of other properties in here, like try harder mode to actually zoom in and even get harder on there, or try inverted mode as well. So if you want to invert the camera, so there's lots of different toggles that you can do in there if you desire. So we're just going to say multiple equals true, auto rotate true, and we're good. Okay, so now at this point in here, we could also adjust a few other things. So for example, I could say barcode reader dot, and we can see that we have things like camera location, and that's going to give us options to control if we want it in the front or the rear. Automatically, it would just do the one, the rear camera pointing out. You can also turn on and off the torch. So if you say is torch on, you can turn on and off the torch. So you might have a button in your application to turn that on, for example. So lots of little options that you might have. Cool. All right, so all we're going to do at this point is we're going to come into our barcodes detected inside of here. So we can see we get these barcode detection event arguments. And if we take a look at that, I'll say e dot, and we can look at results. And this is going to give us a list of barcode results back. So I just hover over that there, we get a list of barcode results. So I'm just going to grab the first one, and I'm just going to say var first. I'm going to say first or default. There we go. E dot results. There we go. And we'll say first or default, and I'll just for good measure put that in there, and I'll say if first is null, we'll just return. So if we have something, let's just go ahead and pop up a dialog box. So I'm going to say dispatcher dot let's see here, dispatch async, and I'll say async, and let's just go ahead and pop that up. Perfect. Thank you, Copilot. Now Copilot's close. Over here, the barcode is detected, but here we can say first dot, and we have values, we have points of interest in here, we have formats, we have a lot of different information inside of here. So it's kind of nice in general, but we're just going to want value to pop that up. All right, let's just go ahead and debug. So it's going to go ahead and deploy it to my device. So let's give it a few seconds here and let's see what happens. All right, our app is up and running. So let me just go ahead and add a little breakpoint here. So I'm just going to add a breakpoint on the dispatcher. If I go ahead and pull up the application, we can see that the first thing it's doing is prompting for permissions for pictures and recording video because it's a whole camera view. So you might want to actually use the built-in .NET MAUI permissions API to do this before navigating to this page, for example. That would probably be best practice before the view is initialized. So that way you handle everything. Else, if you don't, this will go ahead and do it for you automatically. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, while using app, there we go. and we can see the camera came up there. Now I have a QR code, so here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and point it at the screen, and we hit a breakpoint right here. And if I go into my results, we can see we have one barcode result, montemagno.com, and we can continue on. And just like that, if we look back at the app, boom, barcode detected, montemagno.com. So literally in just a few lines of code, we have everything that we need. So let's go ahead and actually do it one more time here, and let's see what we get on some of the other properties. So here again on results for first, we can see that we have some points of interest, some raw values, the format of QR code, metadata coming in, all those goodies. So we have a whole bunch of different things that are coming into our application. So that is really, really neat. In just adding, if we recap, just a few lines of XAML, going into our code behind, configuring our barcode options here, and then just go ahead and handling the responses. That's it. All right, there you have it. It is truly, honestly, just that simple to scan QR codes inside of your .NET MAUI applications in seconds. We just did it here, I guess, in a few minutes. So in a few minutes, if you will. There you go. Now, if you like this video at all, I'd super appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. And of course, if you're new to this channel, or maybe you've just been watching a few videos, if you subscribe, that'd be even cooler too, because you get notified every single time I put out videos right here on my channel. Now, I made this video because y'all asked it and you wanted all these different tutorials on .NET MAUI. So let me know what else you want to see and what else I can help on your .NET MAUI learning journey. I have a whole playlist of .NET MAUI goodness, so check it out here. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the feedback, and let me know what you think in the comments below if you have any other questions. So until next time, thanks for watching.